All right, and with that, this is Gaming with the Side of Salt, episode 34.
Woohoo!
With me, as always, we have the girl on the bottom there, whatever her name was,
Konnichiwa!
and then that dude over there.
Oi!
All right, now that we're all Japanese for the night.
Asshole.
Oh, now I got that song stuck in my head. Think I'm turning Japanese.
I think you're
I really
turning
think so.
Japanese. Well, everybody else is apparently Japanese for the night, so you know.
Then we got the Korean next to me.
Yeah, that is true. I guess I do get to fill that slot, don't I? I'm trying to. Oh, that is. It's not what I'm looking for. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. Bloop. All right, trying to do the Twitter X thing, where I link the thing in the tweet so people can actually come over to the thing and see the thing, because I don't have a team who can do that apparently.
Everybody's fired. Sorry.
I can't control your shit. What are you talking about?
You could totally do the tweet underneath.
Oh, you mean promo post?
No, okay, so it's streaming on X, right?
Never streamed on X.
And it doesn't put a description there, but somebody can come behind it and put the description underneath it so people can find the links to your shit.
So you can't put one?
No, I can come back after the fact and put one after it's posted.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how would I do it before?
The same way. You just go to the tweet, go to the under part where you reply and post the links.
Oh, you're just being a lazy shit. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Because if you do it, I don't have to spend 5 minutes figuring it out.
And it would take me 10.
That's right. But at least it would get done and I wouldn't have to do it. Anyway, today is a very, very special day.
Most special ever.
Very special. Today, our friend, Deephead Chad, has leveled up. Once again, it is that day. So, happy birthday to you. You live in a shoe. Something about gumballs. And maybe marry something something. I'm not sure how that song's supposed to go, but he threw himself out of the chat, so I'm going to bring him back. He yeeted himself off the nearest cliff, which is understandable. I mean, I was the only one singing, apparently, a song that I made up on the spot, because I think the other one's like copyright or some bullshit.
No, somebody tried to copy. No. Yeah, it is copywritten.
No, it was like successfully copywritten at one point. I don't know if it is now, but
yeah. Of course, apparently a lot of angry parents were like, you're not going to sue us.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. You can't sue somebody from doing it, from singing it in the private, in the privacy of their own home or in their private life, just like you.
Nintendo.
Just like
yeah, if Nintendo owned it, they sure.
If we were in Japan, that might actually be something that goes down. Since
I can see it now. You're at your kid's party. You start singing "Happy Birthday," and the Nintendo's at the window.
What are you doing in there? You singing?
And their hand is a cease and desist letter. Like, we see you singing in that. You stop that right now.
They just unroll their sleeve and it's a tattoo of a cease and desist.
You know what? I wonder if that actually, Nintendo should probably just do that at this point. Just have it tattooed on people's arms so they can walk up. There, read it.
But, what you said, 40 years old, prostate exam territory, hate it. Absolutely.
I thought he was already 40. Shouldn't he be 41 today?
No, I'm 40.
I'm pretty sure it was 40 because we gave him.
Oh, you sweet summer child.
I don't know too many people older than me, so Meg.
Konnichiwa, watashi wa.
Megg's a few years older than you.
Yeah, I got 4 years on you, my dude.
Oh. Oh,
Didn't you know that? I thought we talked about this at one point.
Yeah, I am unlike you millennials. I'm actually a Gen
44,
Xer.
right?
Yeah, I love being called. I love people who are like, "Oh, millennials don't like this." I'm like, I grew up with that, but okay.
Okay, we got Grandma over here and Grandpa down there now, so I'm the youngest. Yay!
All right, you whippersnappers, you make sure you pay attention to your elders.
Uh,
All right, old man.
But yeah, old man Chad, you're in charge now. What are we doing?
Sleeping.
Okay, everybody, it's nap time.
I'm old. I'm old. I need to sleep.
How about I help you out
What
with
do we
that
got?
instead? Let's talk about Baldur's Gate.
Oh yeah, this was good.
Baldur's Gate, one of my favorite games of the year so far.
I will say it is endearing to me more and more.
And Meg should totally come play with us.
See, okay, so when you guys say like come play a game with me and it's like Sunhaven, I honestly don't understand. Like,
well, you put like 15 hours into it.
Well, yeah, I mean it's the thing is that it's a game. The thing is that so the one of the things that I actually like about Sunhaven is the ability to pause. So you're like, oh, let's play together. I'm like, dang it, I'm not gonna be able to like go to sleep or like answer when family members call or something. So like there are a lot of hours in there.
Still do that.
We still do that, and then we cover for you and do.
You don't have to worry about dying, especially in Sunhaven.
Yeah, I don't like being charged $200 because I wasn't asleep. So
I mean, try and do it not close to bedtime.
Yeah, but I mean, you know of the what is it, the temporary disabilities. So yeah. So
it happens. I mean,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure I sat there on pause with Doodle and Chad the other day because of my disability flare up.
Yeah.
And,
so yeah,
I came back before bedtime though.
Yeah. So like one of the days I was literally like just at work, but I didn't have anything to do, so I'm waiting for things to come in, and I was like, oh, let's see how the farm is doing. And so then I'd log in, and then I'd hit pause, and I'd be gone for like an hour or two or something. So I was like, yeah.
No, I get that.
It's a cool cozy game. Like I said, I would be pissed if I had spent $20 on it. I'd be like, this is not worth that. But it is absolutely a good time waster, and it's way better than the mobile game I was playing, which was just sucking so many dollars.
Games. The only thing I do on mobile is play the Game Boy.
Well, the thing is that so like I'm in the middle of a couple of games, but most of them require a little bit more you to pay attention more. They require you to really be invested. Someone wants to talk to you, you have to be like, I'm sorry, you have to hold on for at least the rest of this cutscene, my dude, because I need to know what my next objective is and why. Or I'm sorry, I got a boss that's about to I died, thanks, what do you want? So I don't want to be that person. I don't want my game life to actually make me a terrible person IRL. So like I would so I would get like my little mobile game because of the fact that if I hit pause, I'm like, yeah, I'm in the middle of, I don't know, am I going to match these 5 gems together? So it's not really a big deal. So but the thing is that those games are very, very predatory in doing the microtransactions. And you're like, oh, I don't want to lose, all my progress is going to go away, so just for $1.99. And I was like, my last statement was embarrassing. I was like, okay, I can't do this anymore. And then along comes Sunhaven, and I was like, oh my gosh, this requires almost no brain power at all. This is fantastic. This is back to the days of Zynga,
Well, I want to say Baldur's Gate 3 is a turn-based RPG, so you just hang on, everybody, I'll be right back, and then you go do your thing. By the way, is this you, Meg? Is this what you're trying to avoid?
Yes. That's exactly what it is. But like with more consequential people, like the guy I married, or the cat, or like family members who are calling like, oh my gosh, do you know what just happened? Like, I don't care. Not right now. Like, I'll care in a minute, but right now you don't understand. An entire elven village is about to be burned to the ground. So unless you can top that.
Well, we did do that in
Monsters
WoW. We
Except
burnt an
with that
entire
tangent.
elven city.
So,
Yeah, it was the fall of Tedrasil. We marched on that thing. Sylvanas torched that bitch. Good times back then.
No, but Baldur's Gate 3 is turn-based, so you can just kind of chill and it's very much
well, no, I was saying that probably would require a little bit more mental investment. I'm sorry, not Farmville. I almost called it Farmville because it's like that level of investment. I can have a full-on conversation and play that game. I can't do that if I'm using my brain though to be like,
or you can turn your brain off and go do stuff in that game, and that's probably why I like it.
Yeah,
and it got rid of stamina, which is also really great because it's the one thing I hate.
Yeah,
is those games because Story of Seasons and stuff was the Harvest Moon.
Yeah,
Harvest Moon is what got me into it, but they also have a stamina meter essentially. And I always hated that it was like 10 a.m. and I have 0 stamina now, which means I can't do anything for the rest of the day.
That sucks.
And I'm like, what's the point of even having a day counter at this point?
Well, to be fair, Zio's being lazy, not going to the hot spring to regenerate, and
no, because there is no hot spring in Story of Seasons.
Oh,
no, back in like Harvest Moon, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I was
right?
about to say,
Like it was really easy to get a hold of
like
food. You went to the hot springs, you could recover, you can continue the rest of your day, stuff like that. But I've got one of the Story of Season games on my Switch, and I was playing it recently, and it's got a heart meter, which is your stamina meter.
Yeah.
And it just expires like that. I mean, granted, I'm sure the further in and the more I level up skills and stuff, the longer it will last.
Yeah,
but I just hate the stamina and a time on the day.
Yeah,
it's just one of those mechanics. So it's like you guys just need to lose that mechanic.
Well, I think so you know how in Sunhaven you eat food, it expands your stats, whatever, or health, mana, whatever. I think that was a very great creative way to deal with having food being viable, usable all throughout. And in Harvest Moon and Stardew Valley, food is how you regain stamina. So that's how they handled it. But the thing is, do you sell the crops or do you
I don't think Stardew has a stamina meter either.
Yeah, it does.
Does it?
Yep.
It's been a long time since I played.
Yep.
And I think Ruin Factory took out stamina too.
If you're in multiplayer in Stardew, it's hilarious because you can go all the way to 0 and not pass out because it's multiplayer. So you're just very slowed, and you can hop in bed and regain like stamina after a couple seconds because you're asleep, but the day is not passing because. Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, this is why I play Sunhaven. So back to the topic at hand. Baldur's Gate 3. Publishing chief calls out Ubisoft's broken strategy. If gamers need to get used to not owning games, developers must get used to not having jobs. Here.
Bro.
That
is absolute dude.
Listen,
dude cooked. And
I know that you give
that
Baldur's Gate shit because it is an incredibly woke game with the stuff that's in there, but you can also not deal with any of that shit.
They have apparently very woke
developers are based as fuck.
Well, so I mean, they're based in the way that I would say that they're based in reality. They're not going to lie to themselves about it. Now, they may have belief systems that I don't necessarily agree with, and that would be the opposite of base. They would be very, very foo-foo. But
they live in base reality with the rest of us.
Yeah.
Which is where they need to be, because the whole woke thing wouldn't be that big of an issue if developers were just in base reality with the rest of us and let it happen naturally.
Yeah, if they didn't understand that the who their customer is and what their prime directive actually is, they literally do not understand this. They don't understand what it is that they're supposed to be doing. They think that they're supposed to be shaping society, that they're supposed to be, finishing out that what is it? That thesis paper that they never got a good grade on in college or whatever it is. But like it's always something else. It's not I just want to make good game for client who is gamer who wants to play good game. It is never that. It's about changing society, changing the world. They've been tasked with great purpose and all that jazz. Like, no, dude, you're literally just supposed to make the sprite move well. So
yeah, no, it drives me crazy because these people are the kids that were told that they could do no wrong grown up.
Yeah.
I blame Gen X.
Like Gen X.
I mean, it's possible. It's possible it was our fault. I don't know.
No, it's case by case. I think that whole blame this generation and that generation.
No, it started off with participation trophies.
Yeah.
Which was, millennials getting those trophies. So that was my generation. Even though I'm an elder millennial, I'm a zennial. That was the guys right after me.
Yeah.
Anyway, Larian's director of publishing, Michael Dowse, never one to shy about speaking his mind, has spoken his mind about Ubisoft's decision to disband the Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown development team, saying it's the result of a broken strategy that prioritizes subscriptions over sales. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I'm a firm
believer. What is
believer.
Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown?
So that was the newest
Was that
Prince of
supposed
Persia
to
game
be?
that came out. Have you ever played one of those? I played the first one. I didn't finish it because it was on
I played
GameCube
Prince of
and I had
Persia
to-
back on like the Super Nintendo.
I played the Super Nintendo one. I played the one
played
on
it on-
NES. I played it on
GameCube.
PC.
So I played Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, which is the first time it ever crossed my threshold.
Yeah, I played like the original one where the whole game was timed and you had to beat it before the Sands of Time ran out.
Action adventure game.
See, here's the thing. They made the guy from Prince of Persia.
Well, he has a Killmonger haircut, so that's already, which is what they give to all the black dudes now. They're like, what? We don't want to have them cut their hair long.
Looking shaved stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it doesn't even make sense because Persia.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not
the name.
That hairstyle is very distinct to a very specific part of the world. Like,
and a more modern haircut too, which makes it even more not make sense. But
yeah, to keep that thing fresh, man, you have to work. Like that's effort. I have a nephew who has not quite that, but he kind of has like the shaved sides thing going on, and it looks good on him, but without the Killmonger thing because we toss him out. But it takes effort to actually do that and to keep all that stuff up. Like people just like, oh, that looks cool, and then they just put it into this like archaic game, and I'm like, no, you need modern tools to keep this up. I'm sorry. You can't be looking that fly in Middle Earth. Like, it's not okay. You can't be looking fly in medieval Dark Ages. It's not a thing. No, I actually heard that the game was actually pretty good, but let's see.
Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown is quite good. PC Gamer Molly Taylor felt it was dragged down by a very slow start, calling it a slow burn to a fault. It is overall positively reviewed and holds
I didn't even know it was
86 aggregate score on Metacritic. Despite that, Ubisoft recently confirmed the development team has been scattered to the 4 winds. Well, that's a good way to put it. To work on other projects. Let's see. Das feels is at least partially the outcome of Ubisoft's subscription over conventional game sales.
And I was
feeling comfortable with not owning your game thing.
Yeah, so I was going to say real quick that I think a lot of gamers have given the Boulder Gate dev team and stuff a kind of a more credibility because of the simple fact that they're not price gouging where everybody else is trying to price gouge. So their sales probably partially to that.
Yeah, so like I said, I followed somebody who was playing the game. It looked pretty fun. It looked like a side scroller, or wasn't. It didn't look like it was game. It didn't look like it was, you know, genre breaking in any way, shape, or form. And it looked like it was like steps back, honestly, from the original, from what the originals were trying to do. But it looked like it would be a fun game. But
The
I'm thinking,
originals were 2D.
well, the okay, so the first one that I played, which was Sands of Time, which came
It's
out on
3D.
game and freaking games of GameCube, so it was old. And yeah, that game was pretty ambitious. It was really fun. And then they came out with Prince of Persia. I forgot what the next one was, but it was also 3D. You're running around in this 3D world, and all of a sudden we're going back to this 2D side scroller thing. And I'm like, well, that's not terrible, but understand where the series has been and what you're taking away from it. So you need to have a good reason to do that. You need to
Also, I didn't know it was 2D. I swear I saw a video or something of a
it looked
new 3D Prince of Persia with that guy with the Killmonger haircut. Maybe it was just a cut scene they showed, but
I think that might have been it, because I was watching the gameplay, and the gameplay was very side scrollery. And I mean,
I think that's another problem is when they show like a cutscene that's 3D, but the game is 2D, and the only thing, like for me, I wasn't really invested in trying it or anything. I've long since, not been about Prince of Persia. But I was just like,
yeah, unless it was a
3D?
different game that I watched. Yeah, this.
Nope, that's totally a 2D
It's
and
2D.
3D.
I mean, it's 3D, but it's like a 2D side scroller sort of action. You're not running an open world. You're not doing the same things that you were doing in the other ones, you know?
Yeah.
Also the 3D cutscenes are not great, but
yeah, this doesn't look half bad.
No, like I said, it looks like it was fun, but the thing is that you're taking a lot of movement and exploration away from people who were used to the other ones, where you had this 3D environment to run through, not just on an XY axis. So if you're going to do that, I hope that you've kind of taken into account the people who've been following this game are going to be your first priority. And if who have been following the series are going to be your first priority, because they already are invested in it. Otherwise, just do a different game. Don't go into an IP. But then, so you have to kind of like explain why this is better, to take away an extra element of exploration and ability to move.
They screwed it up. I'm looking at the gameplay, and don't get me wrong, this isn't bad, but this isn't Prince of Persia either. Prince of Persia was a puzzle platformer.
Yeah.
Like the original one. I'm echoing out through somebody.
Yeah.
Dara! There's no sound on, so I don't know.
It just started.
Yeah.
I got nothing. Anyway, Dara, $2 dono. See, it's time to play.
but yeah. Echo.
Are you still echoing?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have no idea what from then.
Well, fix it.
I can't fix it. I have no control over your thing echoing.
No.
It's not me echoing, you boomer. It's you.
I'm not echoing.
Yes, because it's the echo's coming from your thing. Oh, it stopped. Oh, good.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the same problem that we had the last time, where it was something with the tabs, I guess. I don't know what it was exactly.
Yeah, you had to mute the tab, you old man.
Okay, whatever. Anyway.
But yeah, so I mean, the game itself wasn't bad for what it was. So you need to make the sale to the people who are going to be.
That's a good one, Dara.
I hear an echo. Is it Zio's personal echo chamber? Lol. Wah, wah, wah. But also, if you're going to do that, you're taking, like I said, you're taking stuff away from the original kind of game. It doesn't look like a puzzle game. It's less. It's there's just less to do in it. You're literally running sideways. So I hope that they actually took that into account when they were making their when they did their budgeting though. So it depends on what the budget was as well. So like this kind of game shouldn't have cost a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, it apparently made like 15 mil, so it didn't do too bad.
But how much did it cost?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because like I said, it looked fun. It's not quite like Prince of Persia looking to me, at least. I'm like, it's
Well,
okay.
see, I think it falls on both sides. It's not a 3D platformer, so people who got in on Prince of Persia around like where Meg got into it
at the time, yeah,
isn't going to jive with this. And people,
according to this, it made 15 million in revenue. Sold approximately 1 million units and failed to meet sales expectations. Nothing about how much it cost.
You are the wiener.
Who's the wiener?
Dara.
Dara said he got penned. He's a winner now.
Yeah, you the wiener.
Let's see.
Look at him. He's the winner now.
This Prince of Persia fails at appealing to those of like me who are into the 2D, because it is action based. It's not puzzle platformer. You had to actually, in the original one, you had to find a weapon, and you had to run from enemies who would kill you in one hit, and then you start the game all over again. It was definitely a game of its time.
That sounds brutal, man.
it was like, and you also had a time limit. Like the whole point of Prince of Persia was you had to beat the game within X amount of time frame, or you lost. It was game over.
Now, Sands of Time had a lot of puzzles in it too.
Yeah.
Bye, Dara. Thanks for stopping by, man.
See you, Dara.
We'll see you later, Dara.
But yeah,
thanks for stopping by.
I think that this does look like it'd be very successful, but I'll be honest, I've played games along the same vein of the action 2D genre, and I can't imagine Ubisoft making a lot of money on this because they are like the king of bloat when it comes to their team.
Yeah. And I think that's the problem. They're like, it didn't meet our expectations. Bro, it did pretty well.
Yeah.
For a side scroller for what it was.
Oh, I'm totally excited. I'm just really tired tonight for some reason. I don't know why.
Yes, Steven. Dara is totally
Dara is totally terrorizing us.
Dara
do something about it. Dara touched Chad in ways he shouldn't have been touched on his birthday, no less.
Well, it's because he was wearing a suit, though. So I mean, it might have been concern. Like, what's that? So, you know.
So the thing is, I think that I'm 100% with you, Meg. I think that they made a good 15 million is great, but it's not great if 90% of that goes to overhead.
Yeah.
And it looks like they made it to sell subscriptions of whatever it was they were trying to sell at the time. Because it moved to Steam and other platforms like apparently 7 months later. But if it had just been launched on everything to begin with, it would be a critical success. So
it was delicious ice cream too.
Dara's in the wild. Chat, sorry. No, Dara's resenting that we talked about him touching Chad.
He bought him
ice cream first, you know?
I don't know. I thought he got him the cake, but
it was an ice cream cake.
I still gotta throw that out. That was such a bad bite. Should have went with my first instinct to buy a birthday steak.
Why did you not buy a birthday steak? That would have been so much better. Basic butter.
Amazing. Stalking Dara, you give him his meds.
Nice. Jam some candles in that after it's done. By the way, I sent you a link to this is a game that is pretty much very along the same vein.
Oh, Big is over here stalking Dara. Happy birthday, Chad.
Thanks, Plymouth. I appreciate that. I sent you a link to a game that is pretty much 2D platformer, blah blah blah, puzzle game even.
Well, it says this content may contain that's not appropriate for all ages.
And just go.
Enter a valid date. What do you mean that's not valid? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess that isn't a valid date.
But
let me put in Chad's birthday real quick. Oh, this thing just told me I'm too old. Was that Mark the Ninja?
Oh yeah, I remember seeing this.
Yeah, I love this game.
Like
I played this game to 100%. It's not. It doesn't hang around too long. Like it's not like super long, but it's definitely about puzzles and strategy and how to approach things. You can even go through the whole game and not kill a single person except for like the bosses. And I think, but yeah,
Dara has gone back to his nest.
Until
next time.
This game is essentially doing the same thing that Prince of Persia does, but on an indie budget.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that this is kind of niche now. I mean, it wasn't back in the day, but 2D running around, hitting things, etc. That's not the norm anymore. That's not what the average person would look for when it comes to games.
This is a game that was designed for fun.
Yeah.
But this is a game that isn't designed for fun.
Well, that's why I'm saying that Ubisoft deciding to go the route that it did on that game was never going to be like this big, benchmark sort of game. It wasn't going to be something that they were able to hang their hat on. It would be like, oh, let's make a fun little game and let's put like Steve and like his 3 buddies on it and they'll make it and that'll be fine. But if they went the Ubisoft route and expected it to do more, that was a gross miscalculation. So I don't think that there was anything necessarily wrong with the game itself. It looked like it was perfectly fine. It looked like it was a 2D platformer like Chad just showed, but like more geared towards normie people who are like busy and don't want to think too hard. Hello. But I think that they just again didn't understand that this game is not going to have the wide appeal and it's not going to be this big thing that's going to draw in all of the dollary dues that they're going to need.
Well, I think another huge mistake a lot of these game developers make, and I'm not sure if this Prince of Persia falls under that category, but when they came out with the games as a service, essentially, where they have like the battle passes and all that, I firmly believe that they thought that they could make a couple games and have forever money. And then when they realize they can't, but now people want that, but they want constantly like the new game with the new battle pass, which puts a higher price tag on the production of the game because now they have to add stuff that they wouldn't have to add 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Just to get some of the people. And it's like, you guys painted yourself in the corner. Only way you can get out of this is to honestly do what Mark of the Ninja did, and it's a short game. It's fun. You buy it, you beat it. It sits in your library until you want to massacre some guys with guns again with a sword.
Yeah. Also, if you look at like this screenshot right here, this looks like it went the what is it, Dragon Age Veilguard route when it comes to the aesthetic. Just from the cutscenes, it looks very much like a Fortnite skin, and like it's like PS3 level.
That there was probably the majority of the budget was doing the 3D rendering for a 2D game.
Yeah, by the way,
that doesn't look good. That looks like it's something from PS3. It's smoother. It's not as blocky, but this is terrible texturing, terrible lighting. It looks like this dude is made out of Play-Doh.
Yeah,
well, that's because he is made of Play-Doh. Anyway,
so
Baldur's what?
You know that guy with the horns that they show from Dragon Age that everybody kind of dunks on?
Yeah.
It literally took me weeks to realize what he looked like to me, and it was like maddening. He looks like Frasier.
Fraser Crane.
Yeah. Pull up a picture of Fraser and that character, and it's the same face.
Fraser.
Fraser Crane. Yes.
Like,
That's a great show, by the way.
oh, I love that show.
Oh,
Like
it's
when
so
I was
good.
growing up,
How do you spell Fraser?
Frasier.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know if it was one of those weird PH.
No,
ones.
there's no PH.
Well, he did have a PhD. He was very proud of it. But
Is this him?
no, you would
No.
Crane. Crane.
Oh, Crane.
And it's Sier.
Crane?
Like the animal, the crane.
The animal crane.
Crane, and Fraser is Frasier. There it is.
One. There it is.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yes, that is quite the dome.
But tell me that face is not the same face on that horn dude.
On the Canardi?
Okay.
Yes, I think so. That's what they call it, right?
Is he the one who mocapped for him?
Maybe.
But anyway, let's pop out of BG3 and their base developers and stuff. Let's talk about Daramouthe. My old friend and enemy, Daramouthe. Now, if you followed my channel for any length of time, we've talked about Daramouthe a lot over the years. Because, I absolutely love Daramouthe and absolutely everything. But Daramouthe is sick of the toxicity, says people only hate it because it works.
What?
Daramouthe gets cracked all the fucking time. It does not fucking work, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of delusion you live in, but okay.
Like, I don't. I'm okay. What is this company?
Okay, for the uninitiated, you don't know what Daramouthe is?
Sure.
Okay.
Because I'm like, I don't talk about them ever.
Is anti-piracy, anti-cheat.
Okay.
That's all it is. And anything that it's added into usually suffers about 30% or more in performance issues.
Well, that's bad.
So a game with Daramouthe in it is going to run significantly worse than if it didn't have Daramouthe in it.
And by the way, they try to
which is why people make mods to rip Daramouthe out of the product, or they go find cracked versions of it that will bypass Daramouthe and turn it off and not use it.
It's made several games unplayable and literally made it so that they had to remove Daramouthe just so that the games would run. But at least they're not pirated. Oh wait,
there's been plenty of studies, I guess you can say, where people have tested Daramouthe products and then their un-Daramouthe, version, and they've actually shown, side by side, how the performance changes when Daramouthe is not a factor into the game, and it runs much better, much smoother when there is no Daramouthe. And I'm pretty sure Daramouthe is the only reason GOG even stays open at this point, because that's what they kind of sell is games that don't have Daramouthe. So, because no, seriously, usually Daramouthe is cracked at max like within a week of a game's release if it's not already cracked by the time it releases, which happens a lot. For any game that anybody really cares about with Daramouthe in it. But yeah, Daramouthe just sucks. Anyway, if there's one thing that prompts fiery discussion in the PC gaming community, it's Daramouthe. Yep. The stored anti-tamper software has consistently been accused of tanking players' performance, proven, even if there's still light on verifiable data to back these claims up. Dude, there were people who took the time to make, Daramouthe.
So, what this person is sick of the quote unquote toxicity. Do they think that if they made a good product, that people would be so toxic, would be so mad at them, would be, besmirching their good name? Or do they think that it's actually a result of their their product, because I mean, I've never heard of this thing, and I wouldn't hear about this thing. They're not out front. They're not interesting. I don't. The best thing that
Here we
Denuvo
go.
can do is
We got
disappear.
reset error over here. Denuvo yet again taking performance, talking about it. This is a discussion about Street Fighter 6 apparently having Denuvo, so people are upset about possibly performance issues.
That's
there.
the game that they had to remove it.
Oh, and here is, side by side videos, because they had Denuvo and then a correct version of the game. Where they can show, side by side the average FPS and systems and everything else. So you can see where the one without Denuvo runs significantly better.
Yeah. Yeah, and the thing is that
there's sparse data and no way to prove that. Yeah, there is. We've got comparisons.
Well,
Laura.
I mean, so what is this company's premise then? What is their premise as to why people don't like them?
Prevention.
Oh, people don't like them because they tank performance, essentially.
No, yeah. I know that, and you know that. I'm saying, what is Denuvo's? They're sick of the toxicity. So I'm like, okay,
probably because every time they put Denuvo in something, or we hear about Denuvo, that's the first thing everyone's talking about on the PC side. Well, it's like, oh my gosh, not Denuvo.
Well, yeah. So my point is that Denuvo is saying we're sick of the toxicity. Okay, dude. If you made a good product, do you think people would care about you? Do you think people would talk about you at all? Like, what is their premise as to why people are being quote unquote toxic? What do they think that
I remember the Resident Evil Village debate back in the day, and I also remember the celebratory comments that flooded our Facebook post, confirming that Capcom had eventually removed it because it had Denuvo in it. That's it. The fact that we all hate Denuvo.
But no, does Denuvo, like I said, Denuvo says that they're sick of toxicity. Yeah. Usually there is a premise as to why people are being toxic. When it came to the Acolyte, people are sexist and racist.
It's as simple as it tanks performance, and in games like fighting games where frame perfect combos are a thing, performance is kind of on the top of the list of importancy.
I understand that. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I understand what the gamers are saying. Gamers are saying we don't like this product because it sucks and it makes the game suck. But what is Denuvo saying? Like, Denuvo is saying, well,
Denuvo says Denuvo is saying, nuh-uh, it doesn't. There's no proof. You can't prove it.
Why do they think people hate them then? Why do they think people hate them?
Toxic masculinity, probably.
Is it run by women?
They have developers thinking that if they don't have it, their game's going to be pirated and nobody's ever going to buy it.
Yeah. It's fear tactics, essentially.
So basically, it's the SBI. It's the SBI thing again, where you basically terrify the marketing team into thinking that their game will never fail.
They pre-exist all the woke nonsense, though. So they've been.
I got something for what you're about to read, Zio. Once you're finished.
Okay. In recent weeks, Denuvo has attempted to improve its public image by appointing Omen as product manager and opening its own Discord server, which was quickly shuttered following a tsunami of inappropriate content.
I'm sorry. I fail to understand. Like, this just sounds like a very weak cope. I mean,
yeah. Following the Discord's hold up real quick. Following the Discord's closure, Omen spoke and said it was sick of letting toxicity slide, while also responding to an earlier comment claiming Denuvo will stop letting every claim about our product go unanswered. Okay, now.
Well, I'm just saying, like, they don't have a response for why people care about them. Like, the thing is, in the best case, nobody should care about them. They should only be, the only people who know about them would be the background, you know, the people on the back end who are actually involved in this. When I'm playing a game, I almost never pay attention to like the name of the studio or who else they're partnered with. Just start freaking game. I want to get in there and farm corn or whatever I'm doing today.
The problem is when you go to farm the corn and you swipe at it and nothing happens, you swipe at it and nothing happens, you start wondering why.
Yeah, I know, and that's the thing. I'm like, this is like Denuvo doesn't have a reasonable excuse for why people are paying attention to them.
No.
Denuvo, nobody should pay attention to you ever.
Yeah.
The reason that they are is because you suck. It's not for any other reason. They only care about you because you suck. If you didn't suck, all of this quote unquote toxicity would go away. They don't even have an excuse or an alternative. Like, oh, they just don't like D's, and you know, they don't like the DEN, you know, they don't like the way we spell our name, or they don't like, you know, somebody who was on our team. No, the only reason that actually makes any sense as to why people are being quote unquote toxic and wasting valuable time on this freaking company that does security of all crap is because you suck. That's it. You got nothing for explaining why people are bothering with you. Nobody cares about you except that you make their games suck. That's what I'm trying to say.
Not only does it usually have performance issues if you have Denuvo, but Denuvo fucks things up regularly too. I've probably spoke about it a lot back on the YouTube side of thing, where X game is broken. Nobody can figure out why this is an issue, and then it found out Denuvo was fucking with it somehow. Like right here, Tekken 7 experienced an issue where the wrong source code part was selected for protection. Specifically, it was triggered by certain moves by certain characters, leading to in-game stuttering. Let's see. Resident Evil Village included additional protection measures that were unrelated to Denuvo's anti-tampering, which caused a performance impact once the game was cracked. These protections were removed. But yeah, that's just a couple of the more recent games, I guess. Let me see. What else did Denuvo do?
They failed. That's what they did.
Let's see. Denuvo joins exclusive Sony program. Persona 4 had Golden had Denuvo, and it fucked that up. Bethesda removed Denuvo because it fucked up Doom Eternal to the point that they had to remove it.
That's the one I'm thinking of. I thought it was Street Fighter 6, but no, it was Doom.
No, it was Doom. And that was about 4 years ago for that one, so it's been a while.
How much you want to bet GTA 6 is going to have it?
I wouldn't doubt it. A limited edition ice cream. That sounds fun.
I mean, it is the season, Halloween and Christmas, and
as long as it's not a Beetlejuice one, because all the other Beetlejuice products just suck.
Yeah, you know,
I tried them. They were supposed to be apple flavored something. They were disgusting.
Yeah, I can imagine apple flavor stuff being
Let's
the greatest.
Olben claims that players see this and respond, okay, then these big corporates are just making even more money. But okay, what is it? Here it goes on the note.
They're trying to blame the... Okay.
And the Entertainment Computing Journal claims that piracy results in a 20% loss of revenue for video games makers, and the results suggest Denuvo products protected legitimate sales to an estimate mean of 15% of the total revenue. Median of 20%.
I know that.
I doubt that.
I know that study. Guess who funded it?
Denuvo? Oh, it's a Denuvo study.
I mean, honestly, it just sounds like Denuvo exists because they have a really good marketing department.
Yeah,
like they're basically able to scare companies into hiring them, which is basically it's SBI. It's not because they're woke; it's because they just want dollar dues. But they're selling this product to people, to these companies.
They're selling them oops insurance
through fear, basically. You don't want your game to be stolen. You know you're going to lose all this money if you don't hire us, so you better hire us. It's a fear tactic. It's a different type of fear tactic, but it's still a fear tactic.
The Journal also notes that there is little justification to employ Denuvo long term for more than 3 months, especially given that Denuvo can have negative technical side effects and is generally disliked by users. Yeah, which there have been several games over the years where they'll launch with Denuvo, and about a month or 3 later, they remove the Denuvo, and then the game works fine. And during the whole time, there's just like complaints about performance and everything else as a result. But Denuvo doesn't believe that it affects anything negatively.
Now.
Do what?
I won't. If I will because of how bad it's affected games, I will actively go and look. By the way, there's a tag on Steam now that says Denuvo.
Yeah, you've got there's been a Denuvo detector on Steam for years.
Well, no, what I'm saying is now Steam itself will say,
oh, does it actually have a tag for Denuvo itself?
Yep.
That's funny.
And I'm just not sure what Denuvo has to say for itself. It
doesn't feel it needs to defend itself, Meg. That's really all
Denuvo says if you don't have us, everybody's going to pirate your game and you're going to sell 0 copies.
Well, they're saying that people are being toxic towards them. Like, why do they think people are being toxic to them? Do they think people
are? They're
they know exactly why, and then they say, "Nuh-uh, that doesn't happen."
So do they have an alternate excuse? Like usually you get an alternate excuse if people are saying you suck.
They just say, no, it doesn't. There's no way to prove that it does. Even though I did bring up a video that was showing a significant performance difference between the same game where one was playing retail and the other one was playing a cracked.
So their theory is that people just hate them because they just want to hate them?
They think people hate them because they want to pirate the game. They're the kind of people who are like, if we didn't exist, every game would get pirated.
Well, that's their marketing. Yes, that's their brand. Because if
they believe that,
if company, I don't know if they actually believe it, but if they stop saying it, companies will not hire them and companies will not implement them because why? There'd be no point. So they have to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just I just when you say it's toxic, you explain what the toxicity is. Right now, they're just saying people hate us because they say that we suck, and the people go, "Yeah, we think that you suck, and you're ruining our game." Why is this I don't understand. Like, what do you? And they go, "Well, like, no, that's not toxic. That's
exactly how it goes, though.
That's valid criticism." That may then get nasty, but that's not the same as toxicity. That's not. Okay.
What's that?
Yeah. Brother. Ew.
Yeah. Wait, I think I actually got that as a sound effect.
All right. Do. Has he found it yet? There it is.
Brother, what's that? What's that?
Jeez. He's got to get that soundboard under wraps. You need to know ahead of time which sounds you're going to use. Have them right there to hit immediately.
Well, actually, I need to get rid of some. Not get rid of, but I need to pull some off of the buttons because they were specifically for horror games.
Oh yeah. So apparently the prediction is Amazon shut down Twitch within 2 years or sells it.
I can see it.
This is something I think Chad. So Chad, care to explain?
Well, first, Chris is the CEO of Rumble. And what he's probably basing that on is the arbitrary rule enforcement that Twitch has been doing as of late.
For years.
No,
it's not. As of late. They've been doing it for years.
It's just late, though. It's become more obvious to even normal people, which is why they had to ban certain other people that they wouldn't have otherwise banned.
Let's see.
Because it started with Yasmin.
Normies are starting to take notice, and
when
I say normies, I kind of mean VTubers, but and their community.
Well, I think that people who follow Asmongold, and that's a large community of people who are like,
Oh yeah,
and those are, I don't know if we'd call them normies necessarily, because I know plenty of people who
I'm talking more about the greater audience is taking notice, not just the content creators. Content creators, I don't consider any specific content creator a normie per se. This all the time in my head, I can't think of any. But their audience is made up of people that are usually the average viewer, not really in deep into the lore of interwebs.
Yeah, and for the most part, they don't want to be deep into the lore of that. You start telling them things like that, and their eyes start glowing, like, dude, I just want to watch a video, man. And I mean, I guess that's okay. Sure, that's fine.
Why is the normie a surfer dude that just had a bit of kush?
When you don't want to hear something and you want to turn your brain off, that's what that is my default to go to. It's like, no, bro, no.
Bro, did you ever think colors are colorful?
Like, they're magic, and so like if you use certain colors, you can like enhance your eyes. Yeah, I've talked to people like this.
I think my favorite portrayal of a high dude is in Super Troopers. The snowsberries taste like snowsberry.
just watched that the other day. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, Twitch
There's
has
not
been
much to
implementing. Twitch has had a problem with implementing its rules one way, and it's been doing it for years. Like, you can see somebody who will follow the letter exactly to what some of the Twitch thoughts do, who don't get banned, and then they'll get banned immediately for life. And then that Twitch thought will have a nip slip or something, and it's a 3-day ban.
Yep.
And that has been like the norm on Twitch for years. But yeah, the whole VTuber thing is really heating things up over there. Because, they're getting banned for doing things, and they're just cartoons. And they're not, like, doing anything quite like some of the IRL female streamers doing. They get banned because they're showing a bit too much shoulder. Like they're somehow
or they got the side of their hip slightly showing,
and slightly, the side of their hip or something. Meanwhile, there's an IRL streamer who's got a clear chair, and she's got a camera right underneath it and one in her face. So you're seeing her face and then a full butt of her in her bikini bottom, like planted in the chair from underneath. And it's like, guys, what the hell? but that also leads into the whole what is it? Where's that Twitch rule about
I mean, if I remember right, there was a Twitch rule they added more recently that was they deny it, but it's definitely, the wording is targeting VTubers.
Yeah, why do you think that is?
Oh, there it is. So this was a big issue, and I'm pretty sure, and I remember covering it back when it was, because we were going through the new Twitch rules at the time a few years back. There's a rule in their TOS that will ban you if you accuse staff or somebody getting favors from some of these IRL female streamers,
and
or just questioning
that is
it.
The rub. They can't.
You can't even question it, because if you question Twitch staff, you can also be banned through 2 other clauses just for questioning it. So if they ban this chick for like 3 days, and then ban say a VTuber who's showing even less skin or whatnot, but then they cite sexual content or something, and they ban her for 3 months or something, you question that, and you can get yourself banned.
So they're not allowing people to posit a possible explanation for why injustice is occurring.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I think the reason that they're banned is because they can't. The staff of Twitch, because I don't care if I get banned on. Wait, I'm not even on there, so I really don't care. Twitch staff have been caught with their pants down on some of these. Basically, they've been caught on these hot tub streams, like actual staff, and that start to raise questions. Why were you there? Because you weren't there in an official capacity because you donated. And the thing with the VTubers is they can't really do that or kind of throw their weight around because these VTubers, and one, they have legal teams behind them a lot of the time. They have entire companies behind them, which is why I think they're doing this because they don't want. Twitch is ran by people, from my experience, that have god complexes and inferiority complexes, which is a very interesting combination.
But yeah, this was also during the war on simps because these IRL thoughts got really upset when you called their viewers simps.
Oh yeah, I remember that. And I'll say this: when this all was going on, my reaction was, "What an odd thing to say." I sent that into a private chat there. In all honesty, I legit think that some of the women on Twitch have, and I think it'll come out eventually, and that they have done some things to kind of get preferential treatment.
Oh, imagine my shock. Women using
their monkey for preferential treatment. Surprise!
What?
Yeah, so this is why I get banned from Twitch, and I'm not allowed on Twitch anymore because I do question those sort of things. Anyway, but yeah, they can't get that from a VTuber.
I mean,
but they can get it from the IRL streamers, especially when some of them have been,
I think
set, I guess is the best way to put it.
Well, I think that if you're a VTuber, you're a VTuber for a reason. You're a VTuber because you value your anonymity. And there are, things that you don't necessarily want to do IRL. So you can't really get sexual favors from someone who's that guarded, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Someone who's out there teasing the milk, they're like, oh, maybe I can get some. And they're like, well, what do you give me for that? And it becomes very transactional in that way. But the thing is that
a lot of the Twitch staff are simps, so.
I mean, they've been caught donating to hot tub streams, so.
But I mean, to say that you can't question it, that seems to be. I'm glad I've never been on Twitch because now I don't have to have like this moral conundrum as to whether or not I stay on such an unethical program.
And honestly,
platform.
It blows my mind that so many VTubers are like adamant about staying on there and like begging for their channel back. Like, and I mean legit begging. And I'm just sitting here like, they're competitors. You can move to other.
That's the thing. I understand why. What's the big video platforms? If you're streaming, what is it?
Twitch, YouTube.
Twitch. No, it's Twitch. Okay. That's it. Twitch only. If you're uploading videos that you have made, what's the best platform for that?
YouTube.
Yes. Those are it. Those are the two big boys. That's it. You can do Facebook. You can get moderate success over on Facebook. It's going to pale in comparison to what you could do over on YouTube or Twitch. You can do the same thing over at Kick. And Kick's a little bit of a different beast at this point, unless they throw money at you, and the same thing with Rumble. And you've got Fruit Labs and all these other things, BitChute and all these other competitors, but those are still the two big boys. Those are the ones you can get deals on. Those are the ones that you can get, preferential treatment from. Those are the ones that you can get, free goodies from.
I get
you can't really do any of that from any of the other stuff, which is why they don't want to leave Twitch.
Well,
but at the same time, it's a catch-22 because we've talked about this when it comes to like the quartering or something too. If they would just drop it and move, sure, their entire audience isn't going to follow them, but eventually when enough people start doing that,
the
new big boy in the block becomes Kick or Rumble
or BitChute or
or
whatever.
BitChute or whatever, but people have to make that move. But because they've already put all their eggs in the one basket, it's
And I'm
really,
with
really,
Daramouthe
really
on
hard
this.
to
They
do
can
that.
stay- I'm 100% with Daramouthe on this, by the way. They can stay on Twitch if they want, but to not multi-stream to another platform is
Short-sighted.
Until
Very.
recently, I believe there was no other choice either. If you wanted anything from Twitch, you could not stream multi-stream. I think it was recently that they actually removed that rule from their terms or something.
Yeah, because they probably get sued for anti-competition.
But I don't know why they removed it. But
I don't know either.
you know,
I'm saying that.
that was one of the big things. Is you streamed on Twitch, that was it. You stream anywhere else, you don't get access to anything on Twitch.
YouTube did the same
So,
thing, by the way.
Yeah. And but yeah, I mean that's why they don't move and they're desperate to go back to Twitch. Is because that's where all their eggs are. They won't multi-stream, but they really should take a page from Dara's book and do multi-streaming and start doing it that way. This way, if they do go down, well, they're still streaming on the other platforms, same time, same place, and they just have to, make their announcement on Twitter or whatnot. It's like, oh, by the way, we're still going live tonight, even though Twitch won't let me back on for 30 days.
Yep.
Come over here if you want to join. And that will also help move your customers over. Or
They
your,
did that to
or
Dr.
your
Disrespect
fans.
recently.
Hmm?
Yeah, I think he got banned for 30 days on YouTube.
On YouTube?
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing that anywhere.
I saw like
The
today.
last thing I remember was like the kick thing. Was that like very recently?
Yeah. Today, recent.
Oh, all right.
I mean, for someone like Dr. Disrespect to be like, oh, it's fine, I'm gonna go over to YouTube. I'm like, that doesn't sound like a safe move at all, my dude. Like, considering that you like pride yourself on being a bit of an edgelord, that seems like a terrible idea.
Yeah, that is a bad idea, but whatever floats his boat, I guess.
You do you, boo.
So let's talk about another one that Chad is the only one who knows anything about it, I'm sure, because he's the one who linked it. But this thing here.
Oh, not this guy.
Who is this guy?
Lin-Manuel Miranda. Isn't he the guy who did
That's that
the
Warriors
music
thing you were
for
talking about.
Hamilton?
Well, here's the funny thing. I don't know who this is.
I'm pretty sure that's the guy who did the music for and the production for Hamilton.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, when I first saw this, I know who he is now, but what I'm saying, when I first saw this, I didn't know who he was. So
this douche.
Now put this in your mind. You don't know who this is.
Uh-huh.
And then you read this. Miranda says Gamergate inspired him to gender swap the Warriors from his new concept album. I didn't read, like, my brain just saw the Warriors and then stopped that sentence right there. And I was like, is there a new game coming out? No.
Well, when you said the Warriors, I also thought a game too.
Yeah.
So
I didn't. I was like, oh no, not the movie. No, don't do that. Leave it alone.
I thought they were coming out with Warriors 2, DEI edition or something. No, it's literally just concept art on his album, and I'm like, oh no.
I don't think anybody cares.
No, nobody
why
cares.
Is this still in the salt mines?
Because honestly, wait, did I put it in the salt mines?
Yeah.
I think it's because it was just
the only reason it's in the mines.
Well, so the thing is, though, I mean, saying that Gamergate inspired you to gender swap a movie is stupid. I mean, this is literally. I mean, this is
the thing. It's not even that, though.
This is what?
It's the album art.
Let's see. Gamergate inspired him to gender swap the Warriors for new concept album. Describes event as terminally online dudes doxing women who dare to like. Yeah, you. This guy is so far into the bubble. It's There's no pulling this one out. He's stuck
I
there
literally
forever.
couldn't follow this. I had to reread it 3 times.
He's responsible for very, very
See, this is what I thought too was the movie.
Yeah. So, but the thing is that he's doing what he can to be spiteful, basically. Like this is
Spiteful
literally
over
done out of spite, and as a like, I bet they'll really care, and we're like, we don't. We just think you're a
We're
douche.
confused at why we're even looking at this shit. It's
was
And he's
with
like,
you.
I bet those gamers will really care now. No, dude, we don't. We don't
Listen.
even like you.
I don't. It's
Listen.
like it's that one meme where I was like, I don't even know who you are.
Lin-Manuel Miranda. We don't give a damn. We don't even know who you are.
So
The
here's
only
the
re-
dude.
and this-
We
It's like,
thought
the only
that you
reason I
were
put it
fucking
in
around
online
with
is
the
because
Warriors
how-
game or the movie, and all you have is some art on a disc.
Basically
Nobody
say
cares.
that
it's
nobody's
easier
going
to
to
say-
see.
I guess
it's
this is
easiest-
it right here or something.
Yeah, it's easiest to say it's basically
Oh.
a very self-important theater kid.
He is. He is. Let me bring up his bio.
Oh, I just did because I wanted to make sure that this is the same guy that I can't stand. Yeah,
Well,
but
let's see.
his first
his
thing that
career,
had any
theater,
acclaim. Yeah, his first
2002 to 2010, 2011, 2014 to 2016, Hamilton, which is what you were talking about.
yeah, that's what he got most
2000,
known for.
2019 to present, return to theater.
Wow,
worked
he
on
is just a
films.
failure, isn't
He really is. He's that theater kid who lives in the bubble, who thinks he knows what he's talking about, and is just doing something out of spite that nobody gives two shits about.
Like Zio,
We have spent like 10 minutes talking shit about some bullshit we don't care about.
Like Zio, I want you to understand. The reason I put that in there is because I literally was so confused reading this article that I had to read it 3 times all the way through before I realized, oh, this guy is just a shithead. Like I don't know how else to put it. Like,
But I mean, I think that this speaks to something in our culture where we see that people are doing things out of
I am on
spite,
him.
but 2, they're trying really, really hard to act like all of the things they do are important to us. Dude, we don't care. We don't know you.
It's like
But-
Leonardo DiCaprio telling us we should change our ways while flying on his private jet to do it.
Just because I like your movie, dude, does
That
not
sounds
mean that I'm taking
delicious.
life advice from you.
Oh,
Barbie strawberry marshmallow, it does not. That's why I didn't say anything about it because it sounds terrible. I
love
do wish you
strawberry
will.
flavored stuff though. So
Strawberry is
marshmallow-
fine. Marshmallow is garbage. Marshmallow.
marshmallow, it has to be very light.
The only good marshmallows are the ones in Lucky Charms, and those barely count.
As the narrative continues that Dragon Age the Velguard is doing poorly in pre-sales,
Dun dun dun.
NVIDIA is giving it away for free.
Lol. Trying to boost them rookie numbers, man.
Gotta boost those numbers.
Oh, please have the horn dude. Horny. Please have the horny guy.
Oh,
they don't want to show that picture.
No, but they got what's her face and her little gender spasm over here.
15. I'm sorry. So you guys read up on the I sent you guys a link where you read up on the level of medical advancement that they're dealing with in this game, right?
Oh yeah, they're
Leeches and
medical
bleeding.
sciences, leeches, and bloodletting.
But somehow they found a way to include
Surgery scars.
elective surgery to
Yeah,
remove perfectly healthy parts of your body.
Magic.
Yeah, so that's not
They
even
leave it a
magic.
surgery
No,
scar.
if it was magic, there'd be no scar.
Yeah.
See, when magic is involved, like
Failed
for
magic.
healing purposes, you don't really have any leftover like scars or anything like that happening, unless maybe you're using a mending spell, which you could use to fuse somebody's butt cheeks together. But you use mending, and then you mend like the cut or something, so then you'll get a scar from that, right? And that's a D&D spell, though. That's not Dragon Age Velguard.
Yeah.
They probably have more things around like cure and things like that, more that sort of thing. But Meg makes a good point. They're on the level of technology, medicine wise, of bloodletting and leeches, yet they're also going to remove your breasts to make you a man.
Kind of
Dig you a hole and make you a pole. you know, and it's
Suspension
just
of
like,
disbelief be
how
damned,
are
I
you
guess.
doing that? I could understand it if it was magical. That I get. A potion that swaps you? Magic. Got it. Understand. That has existed in fantasy before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
$9.99.
But you don't need surgery scars for that one. But anyway, I just thought it was funny because they're not the only game who's done this too. Who was it? It was I think Wukong also was given away for free with a particular graphics card or something as
Oh
well.
yeah.
And
If you bought
something
a
else
graphics
was
card, it came with
also
it.
given away for free, but neither of those games were considered poor sellers, right? Out the gate.
Absolutely not.
And now this is what the thing is going to be. Anytime that people bring it up, it's going to be, oh, that Dragon Age game that did so poorly that they had to give it away.
You know, I just thought
But
about something.
Wukong was given away, yeah, but it didn't do poorly either.
Yeah. I just thought about something. How hilarious would it be if, because Dragon Age is bundled with a graphics card, the graphics card stopped selling?
That would be funny. Well, see, it's being bundled with GeForce Now Ultimate. GeForce Now, if I remember correctly.
So
GeForce Now is their streaming thing.
$60 or $70, we're going to pay $100. Okay. Distracted. I'm not.
Yeah,
convinced.
that's it. So, I know there's at least somebody who out there who might like to hear about this, but GeForce Now, which is a streaming service that I talked about a very long time ago, that came into issues because some developers were, bitchy, and other developers listened to them, and they were all ignorant at what was going on. But anyway, so this is a streaming service. This is a thing that allows you to play your already existing games remotely, essentially, right? But if you buy the Ultimate Bundle, their Ultimate thing, which is this right here. Can I not enlarge that? There it is. Which of course
for 1
gives
month.
you all this.
Was for 6 months.
For 6 months, $99, you get Dragon Age with it too.
I'm sorry. This is a graphics card, and they're selling a subscription.
The subscription is for a cloud gaming service,
so you can stream your games.
Yeah. So the whole point to this was to be able to essentially take your already existing Steam library and stuff and other games on your system and be able to play them remotely somewhere else on another device, whether it's your TV, your Mac, your Android, iPhone, whatever, and it would stream to it. This was also around the same time that Google Stadia was being a thing, right? And it honestly was a good thing. I didn't really have anything wrong with it at all. I absolutely love the fact the service exists. The problem is a couple of developers out there got salty for whatever reason and decided to rain on everybody's parade, and then went around to like Activision and all these other big publishers like Ubisoft and stuff and said, guys, they're selling your games and you're not getting your money. And that was it. That was the collapse of GeForce.
Yep.
Because then they started pulling their products. They started sending things that you cannot support our product. And then any decent game that was on there no longer can be supported by GeForce Now. And all it did was allow you to play the game you already own, that you already bought, on your TV or on your cell phone. And that was it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it did. And yeah, so that's what kind of doomed GeForce Now, in my opinion, was that bullshit.
Yeah, honestly, it just sounds like, I mean, between this and that other thing, what de novo thing, whatever. It isn't magic and illusion. Illusion is a type of magic, but
illusionary magic. It allows you to place a wall where there isn't a wall.
Well, Well, if you place the wallet, it's not an illusion, but you can make it
Illusionary
look like
magic.
there's a wall.
Like my dating life.
Oh,
No, that's just an illusion.
sad.
Yeah, okay.
But I mean, it honestly just sounds like, with the amount of silly money that a lot of these companies clearly have had over the years, they have been suckered into doing things or not doing things by these companies. Denuvo sounds like one of them, SBI and their ilk, another one, these consulting companies and all of these other things, which is why these games have gotten so expensive on both sides, both on the back end and on the user end. I mean, this is this whole the killing of what is it? This G-Force, whatever,
Oh, yeah.
is another
Yeah. It's like there was no reason for them to pull it. Like I think WoW has a thing now in their terms too, where they're like, if you play utilizing, essentially a streaming or cloud gaming or something like that, that it was a bannable offense and all this other crap. And it's like, really, guys, really? It didn't stop people from buying your game.
Yeah.
It actually, if anything, it actually might make more people buy the games. Because then that game that they wanted to play, but their system can't run it, they can if they use cloud gaming and play it through, say, GeForce Now.
Yeah.
Because then their system isn't actually running the game. And because developers are spiteful and shit, because I don't know what sparked it or why it was an issue and why they ran around telling people what they told them, but that's what happened.
So anyway, yeah, no,
I've got to walk the dog. I will be right back. Let's just move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, I gotta take a call. Hold on.
Oh wait, what is this?
Should we just put BRB up or something?
I don't have a BRB screen. I forgot to make one.
Well, just put Meg up there. She has Be Right Back.
Okay, we'll be.
All right. Well, I'm back. Hello? Am I all alone? I guess so. So, anybody in the chat have anything that they want to say? Because now would be the time. Get your questions in, your comments, your concerns. I mean, we've already answered the questions about whether or not magic was an illusion. Magic can be an illusion. That would be illusionary magic. But there's also it just depends on the type of magic system that you're working on, honestly. But yeah, that would be like a he's trapped in the back room. Oh no, it's just me. Oh no, I can't take control or anything. That sucks. Okay, well, let's see. What were we talking about? That's great. Let's see, what's the next thing on the salt mine then? I will check in on that sort of thing.
There we go.
Oh,
I
yay!
don't know how I got here, but I did.
Yay!
I escaped the back rooms.
He's escaped the
So
back
maybe
room.
I should have put or had Chad throw up a "Be Right Back" splash screen and left you both up.
So good. Are you already done?
Yeah.
Oh,
I just went and walked the dog real quick.
you mean let the dog outside? Because
No, I went and walked her.
Okay.
She took a few steps, went pee, took a few more steps, went poo, came back.
okay, that's letting the dog out. Walking is like you're going on a jog, generally jog with the dog on a leash.
No. When I walk the dog, I'm walking the dog out to use the bathroom and then back in. I'm not going for a walk down the road at midnight. I mean,
Us Ohioans are like, we're gonna let the dog out do his business.
At midnight, dude, it is 9:30 where you are. What are you talking about?
Close enough. Close
It
enough.
is not.
It's close enough to midnight. So, what is this? I don't remember who linked this.
Looks like we were talking
Oh,
about
that's
Unknown
right.
9. Oh my gosh.
IGN
Ugh.
grifting. I actually forgot all about this.
Why have the graphics deteriorated so much? I don't understand. We have the technology.
I can answer that.
We don't have to look like this. What?
Okay, I remember now. IGN is
gave
grifting. There we go. I knew I put something in there. But yeah, like this is like the third or fourth game recently that they scored out of 5, which is practically unheard of for IGN to score anything under a 7.
That's crazy.
But yeah, Unknown 9 Awakening here, which honestly I liked the mechanic that they had going, but
did you like the way that they implemented it, or did you like the idea?
I like the idea.
Eh.
I thought it was an interesting concept for a game mechanic, you know?
Yeah.
A big mechanic.
What was it?
Really? You don't know what the mechanic is?
Dude,
This one right here.
I didn't look at shit on this game, so.
Were you not here when we talked about this last time?
I don't remember.
Actually, he may not have been. Is there anything that's going to actually show the mechanic at all?
You can just describe the mechanic.
Okay, so the mechanic, she essentially like freezes a space-time continuum area around her, essentially, and everything sort of stops, and then she like force ghosts herself into the different people and make them do things real quick.
Oh, so, yeah, that's been a mechanic for a while.
It looks interesting.
I've never seen that mechanic before.
It looked tricky to pull off, and it looks like they didn't pull it off successfully, or maybe there were other problems with it, because I mean it got a 5 from IGN. I mean, you have to try hard.
The game itself isn't that good, so
it's like messing up Mexican food. I'm like, how did you do this? I don't understand. That takes effort. So
I don't know. Maybe you had white guy tacos.
So I don't know what that means when people say that.
I'm not sure either. But
I've
I
had
just know that
Mexican
one thing
tacos.
with Kamala and what's his name, and he's like, I have white guy tacos.
Oh no, that was just him trying to like abase himself and think that and try to be charming like that. It's
okay.
Kind of ick.
I'm just like, the fuck is that shit?
It's basically like every male feminist when they're trying to get on a lady's good side.
Okay,
He'll just like try to abase himself.
So this should be a cinematic view of the mechanic
Yeah,
that I'm talking about.
not that part.
Yeah, not that part. Okay, maybe this wasn't it.
It gets
wait,
to
there
that
it
point.
is. Okay. Everything freezes, and then she practically like forced ghosts into things and change what they're doing. Like, I like this mechanic and want to see more of it because I think it would be really interesting if implemented properly.
It looks difficult to pull off in a game. It looks like it's more set for movies, honestly. I mean, it's great to see in a movie, but how would you work that mechanic in real time in a way that doesn't break the game utterly? I don't know.
And it feels like you'd be way overpowered for it to be any fun.
Yeah. Like, it's a good idea, but it might be better for a movie or a book or a
Kind of reminds me of Quicksilver.
Yeah. But I mean, you have to think so fast because you're only in the body for a certain period of time. It looks like it doesn't look like you can just like walk
things
around.
Like Quicksilver are just moving at like super speed.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the same visual, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm trying to find gameplay footage. I can't even find gameplay footage now.
It's whatever.
Try and see. Well, we were analyzing gameplay footage at one point because she was doing like that roundhouse kick and did a twirl after the end of it or something, and it's just like, that is not how that works.
No roundhouse kick should ever be below your waist. That's just, it was just the lowest low effort looking roundhouse kick. It'd be like the roundhouse kick I'd expect from like Chris Farley.
So she came up behind a guy, and instead of just, I don't know, pushing him or kicking him, she had to force Ghost to do that. Like, really?
Maybe she's not very strong.
She's not a strong person. She's got like psionic powers or whatnot.
Okay.
So if they're trying to say that that's the given, that she's not action girl, but she's a mage class, so she can't really fight a lot, that makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
Which that's probably why I like it, because I am the mage type. So I'm trying to see that one mechanic in game and see how it was. Oh well, it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think that actually is something that you can make. Maybe that's not something that you can actually do.
No,
in the
because
game
that one guy was doing it when he was streaming it when we were on that other screen.
Oh, that one guy.
Because he did do it for a split second, and that was, I guess, one of the developers playing the game or something to show it off. Kind of deal. But now I can't find it, so it is what it is. But anyway, so yeah, IGN is trying to grift the public to get in the good graces of everybody again by actually dishing out some 5s.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, Dustborn is like a 7 out of 10, and Concord is 2. So
it ain't happening, IGN. We see your game.
We see what you're doing.
The thing is that once you've lost reputational points, it takes a lot. Once you've broken trust, it takes a lot more effort to get it back.
Yep.
That's why you should always be very, very careful with being honest. Once you've proven yourself to be dishonest, people will not trust you for a very long time. You may never get that back.
Yep.
Oh, poor Chad was in the back rooms. But anyway, so let's progress back to Twitch for a hot second. Twitch here.
Yeah. Zio, I'm going to have to not talk during this because I'm going to get you banned.
Just don't say bad things about certain groups.
Nope, just her.
Specifically.
Well, I would say bad things about people who act like this. It's not because of sex. It's not because of melanin. It's not because of culture. It's because this person is... Oh, it's on the thing again.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I turned it
Yeah.
on so I could hit play.
Oh,
I don't know why it's an issue.
I have no pity at all for any fucking soldiers.
Why
This
is she
stresses
being
me too
untrained?
much. I will never have any fucking pity for any fucking soldiers. U.S. military? Who fucking who? I hope you get PTSD.
Ew. Ugh, this is so gross.
Eating on stream.
It's gross.
Oh, by the way, that is made by a company who is apparently they're supposed to be boycotting. By the way, because of something to do with Palestine and Israel. I don't quite remember the whole thing going on or whatnot, but yeah, it's they're supposed to be boycotting, like I think the Coca-Cola company or something who bottles and distributes that. Anyway, because people like to boycott certain companies, but then they forget that those companies make 90% of the products they use.
Yep.
I do the ones the ones I'm like whatever about the U.S. soldiers are the ones that like acknowledge that like what they did was wrong. They didn't know back then. Whatever. You're a good person in my book. I'm like a Tom. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted. The U.S. military that are like, yeah, like, you know, I did this back then, but now I know it's wrong. Like, I'm changed. Like, fuck imperialism. Fuck this. You don't deserve the PTSD.
I'm assuming she lives in America.
Yep.
Does anybody know where she lives?
Cali.
Okay, Cali, of course.
Sorry,
let
man.
me, let me mute this again. Okay. So, fuck terrorists. Fuck all the terrorist organizations. And certain places in a certain region of the world should get glassed, in my opinion, because I don't give two fucking shits. And this bitch here can go rot in the nearest something for all I know, because I can't say it because, you know, get banned and all this other shit. But yeah, Twitch supports terrorism. You know why? Because they just recently, not that long ago, I guess 7 days ago or something, because, you know, we didn't bring it up last time, but they banned Asmongold of all people for saying terrorists are bad.
Yeah.
Fuck the terrorists. And they banned him, I think, for 2 weeks over that shit.
With Twitch, by the way.
And he was removed from his company too as a result. And he came out and apologized, which he shouldn't have done, in my opinion, for saying terrorism is bad. But this bitch gets to, you know, say things like that, free, you know, without a care in the world. Just remember, those soldiers that, you know, you hope get PTSD, they're the reason you get to say that bullshit here in America.
Yeah, also, she's connected with Piker. So.
Oh, really?
I mean, there, like everything. If you could make a Venn diagram of all of the things that are wrong with this, it would just be a circle around her face. Like it's just.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you got the freedom to say it.
Well,
You
no,
really
I
do.
mean,
but at the same time, go fuck yourself.
yeah. I mean,
I got the freedom to say you're a shitty human being that doesn't deserve that freedom.
Yeah, here's one. So Twitch support. Explain to me why she isn't banned, but Asmongold was. Oh, I could tell you, she's probably blowing one of the guys over there. Guarantee you, she's going down on that slob knob, giving it the old hot tua.
Oh God, I hate that.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's why. That's also why I can't be on Twitch, because I get banned.
I'm sorry. She's like all of the things wrong with females. Just inarticulate, very stupid.
Let's see. So she connected to Destiny or
no, Hassan Piker.
Twitch reportedly dismissed a complaint against Frogon. Is that her name? Frogon?
Yeah, that's her handle.
Frogon. Okay, Frog. Anyway, claiming she didn't break TOS. She didn't break TOS. Really? Really? I bet I bet I could find somewhere in the TOS where she broke it. Anyway, if you didn't like Tara's support and stuff like that on Twitch, don't waste your time reporting. They almost instantly reject stuff like that because the culture of the company is largely supportive of those statements.
Destiny, I can't believe I'm agreeing with you, but
Right?
Look, sometimes we do agree with Destiny. Although sometimes I think Destiny is so far into the middle of no man's land.
yeah.
A lot of the times, but sometimes he makes some points. But based on Twitch,
Hey man, a
TOS,
broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah.
and Frog's statements towards veterans, I decided to report her for hateful conduct. Right clip and everything. Not even a minute later, almost exactly 50 seconds, Twitch sent a reply, not TOS violation. Let's see. Oh, and then she did get banned, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, wouldn't you know it? And it's only because people said something.
Bingo. He would not have gotten banned if there wasn't such a backlash.
So how long's the ban?
You're looking at it.
4 days?
I believe it's 7 days.
Oh, because
It might be 30.
say.
It might
I didn't
be
know
30.
there was a ban tracker for this.
Yeah, that's how I found out about the VTubers.
I didn't know there was a tracker for that.
Yeah.
Huh. Let's open that up real quick.
You want to check yourself?
Well, no, I don't. I'm on Twitch, but I don't do anything on Twitch, so I doubt I'm banned because I'm not on their radar.
Same. Like I'm there.
Yeah, there's you a thought. Recently banned too, apparently.
Bet you that's gonna be like a day. Oh, 7 days. Yep.
Oh,
Unbanned
there's
after
quite a
a
few
day.
bans on this one. Unbanned after 7 days, after 7 days, after 3, after a day. Jeez.
Yep.
Let's see. Oh, I know that person. Well, I don't know them, but I've seen them on somewhere.
Oh yeah, we reported on them.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, that was
Unbanned
one of the
after a
people that
day,
got a
unbanned after a
ban,
day.
and
Oh, yeah, that's right.
they're still banned, by the way.
Are they? Because this says they were unbanned
Oh, never mind. I was
After a
reading that
day.
backwards.
after a day.
So
Oh.
yesterday they were still banned.
They were banned
They're not banned.
yesterday. We must have reported it back over here in November.
And they were unbanned after a day.
Yeah,
Again.
and then they were unbanned. This one, of course, has been banned today.
Yep. Notice a trend on who they're banning.
Let's see. There's quite a few people. But there are several VTubers out here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Unbanned after 14 hours. Yeah, see, this is what they have been doing recently. They keep banning these VTubers for nonsense. And then, you know, because they're the ones with larger followings on Twitter X, then they get unbanned. But I'm sure, are plenty of smaller people who don't get that treatment.
Yeah.
But why are they banning these people? I don't understand still. Like,
they're banning them, and usually it's because of sexual content or
no,
nudity.
that's what they're claiming, but we know
that's
bull.
what they're claiming. Yeah.
So why are they banning these people? Why are they going?
Why?
after these
Because
people?
they're outdoing the IRL thoughts.
Yep.
They outclass the IRL thoughts and viewer numbers and money and stuff by like miles right now. And Twitch staff, the simps that they are very upset that their IRL sugar bunnies that they keep getting favors from is getting outdone by a cartoon.
Really loves me, trust me, bro. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, because she really loves you.
At the bottom there was the first page.
This is just recent, like today stuff.
Yeah,
they went on a banning spree probably what it was last month or so.
Yeah, I know.
It's when they started taking down like all these different VTubers for random things.
And Kitty Flute, I remember her too.
I remember Kitty Flute.
I just remember her from Twix.
This one is banned since the 16th and has not come back. See, this one banned 7 days, 4 hours, 7 days, 3 days. That's Kitty Flute.
Yeah, I
Routinely getting
remember.
banned.
Yeah, I remember seeing it on Twix. I don't Twitch at all.
Let's see. Banned after 7 days.
I
Yeah,
mean,
a lot of them were getting 7-day bans for this stuff too.
Yeah.
This honestly looks like it just takes so much effort to do. To go around and ban people over and over again. It's
Well, see, a lot of it's automated systems too that they set up.
Let's see. Several bans there.
Also, I remember hearing something. I don't know how true it is, but I heard that some of Twitch staff will ban thoughts, and then if they want their stuff back, basically blackmail. You want your channel back? Well, scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Not sure how true it is, but that is a rumor I did hear.
But yeah, they should have banned her much sooner than.
they only did it because there was such an
Yeah.
uproar.
Yep.
Guarantee it. When Twitch, no.
No.
This is not one of those praise Twitch moments. It's one of those it should have already been done moments.
It should be a perma ban, in my opinion.
Let's see. It's absolutely insane how long this took. That was only after a ton of people, including YouTube streamers and other influencers, spent a long time calling for it. Others have been banned immediately for far less.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like
And
I
I
said,
think that Piker still isn't banned. I think he's still reigning the Twitch.
Yeah, this is one of those that should have been done a lot sooner than what it was.
Yep.
I mean, if for no other reason, honestly, it's because she's gross. Like, I'm sorry, eating like that on stream is disgusting.
Yeah, I would never eat on stream.
No, eating like that on stream, like her mouth was full. It was. I was like, I can't watch this.
Well, you can see she's. I'm pot calling kettle black here, but whatever. She's a fat ass. See it in her face.
Well, that's all you could see. But yeah,
That's what I mean. Like you can tell just because like that is not, those chubby cheeks are not the sign of a slender individual.
Those cheeks ain't gonna chub themselves. Is that what you're saying?
What?
They didn't chubs themselves?
Yeah, exactly.
No, but yeah, Frog is a disgusting individual. Along with people like Hassan Parker. And should just be permanently banned, in my opinion. If you're going to follow your TOS, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, they're totally welcome to say what they want, but as the left says, freedom of speech isn't freedom from consequences. So, yeah, I'm also not going to defend your freedom of speech when you are the type who call for people to be censored.
Yeah, I'm just upset that Twitch wasn't enforcing their rules evenly. I mean, honestly, that's usually what the outcry is when you're claiming for injustice. It's just because of the fact that the rules are not being evenly applied across the board. Justice is not blind in these cases, and it should be. That's why we have the blindfold over Lady Justice, because of the fact that she's not supposed to be a respecter of persons. She's not supposed to be paying attention to who you are, what your background is, what you look like, or any of that other stuff. Or even if you ideologically agree with her, it's just supposed to be about the facts and the merits of the case. Yep. And that's why it's been so frustrating. Personally, I would prefer it if most people did not get banned like ever. I mean, you have to do something truly heinous for me to be like, okay, that ban makes sense.
Like wishing death on American soldiers.
Did she wish death on them, or did she just wish PTSD on them? She wished emotional turmoil on them, for what I recall. But I mean, I will say I was quite distracted watching it, and I don't need to see it again. I'm good.
No, she didn't wish death. She wished PTSD. But
I think there's a longer form of that. Where
I wouldn't be surprised.
It would not be surprising, no.
Yeah, it's 6 degrees of separation kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's perfect. I mean, honestly, I want to know about people like this. I don't want her going underground and
Yeah.
being able to spread this kind of vitriol and grossness, just to a certain number of people. No, I want to see who you are. I want to know who you are.
Oh
So,
yeah, totally.
yeah,
I mean,
so
I'm totally fine with that. The problem is, of course, they have a TOS and then they don't apply it evenly.
yeah, the equal
And that's why
application
it's an issue.
Yeah.
It's like nobody sure
That's
we
why
would have an issue with it,
yeah, it offends our sense
but
of
it's
justice.
flagrantly violating your TOS.
Yeah, but don't you dare misgender somebody.
I don't even know
And,
what that means.
you know, you just and then they do nothing. And
Yeah.
that's the issue.
And honestly, I think that is a huge reason why Chris said Twitch is going to be sold off in 2 years' time, because it's just rotten from the core. And I think that's there. I do think that it's Amazon owns Twitch, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, because I think Google owns YouTube. So I do believe Amazon's going to write off Twitch as a loss and just move on.
Is
because
Twitch losing money?
Twitch has been or actually I don't know if Twitch is losing money anymore.
Yes. None of these platforms have made money almost ever.
YouTube hasn't made money?
YouTube hemorrhages money, Twitch hemorrhages money. It's one of those, you get too big to the point where the cost of doing things is cost of doing business gets too high, but you can't go back.
All right, I got a question. Like, what exactly is the great amount of cost that comes in with something like YouTube?
Bandwidth.
Is it really that expensive?
Yes, it's insanely expensive.
Yeah.
Data streaming is very, very expensive.
It's gotten to a point where I believe they have a auction system set up so like these companies can bid on bandwidth usage from upon high.
And but anyway, aside from that, let's move on to this real quick. Last story of the night: Dragon Ball Sparking Zero has a cheating problem.
Imagine
and this is when Denuvo swoops in and says, "We could fix that." No, go fuck off.
But if they actually could, it would be great. I don't think that anybody would be mad at Denuvo if they actually did what they claim they could do, but they don't.
Yeah.
They just make the game suck.
Yeah, I mean, that would be the thing. The perfect anti-tamper and, anti-hacking and all that stuff is the one that you can't tell exists in the system while it's running. That's the best way. If I don't know that it's doing things and slowing me down, it's better. But anyway, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero's multiplayer match seemingly have cheaters days after launch, with players posting suspicious clips online.
No, I think some of them might just be salty, but
Let's see. I'm actually trying to.
Oh, Zio, what the hell? Did you change your mic?
Yeah, you've
what?
been your mic has been getting hotter and hotter.
Hello?
Yeah, You're loud as hell.
I have no idea why. I haven't done anything.
Amazing. Oh yeah, I had to turn my volume down. I was like, "Ooh, Zio's gonna come back through my mic now because you've gotten louder somehow." He's growing. Anyway,
Trying to think of what Kefla's abilities are. Because she went from 0 key to sparking. Which, if she has an ability, she does. She does. It's her ability. Anyway, I haven't seen any of this.
I haven't played I don't play I play with you, Zio. I don't play anybody else. But I think that a lot of this is people that are like...
No. Actually, I think this might be. I mean, look at our key, right? look at it now. It's up here in the upper right.
Yeah.
It's at 1 and almost 2 bars after using that. And
Yeah.
then watch her out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah. She got it jumped up.
It's like when she used the ability. Can I go back?
It gave her enough to use the ability.
Can I go back just tiny bit?
No, I mean, we saw it.
I can't get that frame, but yeah, it jumped up to be
And then it
just
jumped
enough,
again.
and then jumps again just enough.
It jumps up to the point where she can use whatever ability. I see it now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But that one where she went into sparking, it was a 3 skill point ability that I assume she has over here. I can't read Spanish, so I can't tell.
Yeah, no habla español, por favor.
Or French or whatever.
Yeah, it looks
that
like
is.
there's something that she's got going on that makes it jump like
Yeah,
I'm gonna say 75% of the bar.
And it immediately jumps to enough to do the ability.
Is there something in game that can allow for that?
Yeah,
I don't think there is.
there isn't. I got every.
See, there are items that you can equip and stuff to like increase your like key charge and stuff, but it shouldn't be jumping it like that.
It shouldn't be instant. You have to charge it. You have to wait a couple episodes.
Yeah, like it refills to meet whatever super he's doing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The mod has gone down and since been re-uploaded where it reportedly not usable online.
Yeah, apparently it was a mod.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing. This is the problem when you have some sort of freedom, but otherwise you're just going to wind up locking games down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Steam is the wide world. Like I don't necessarily think that I would want to play any game that requires me to fight against other players. I mean, I'm not a PvP person anyway, but I certainly wouldn't want to
verse me and Z.
Yeah,
I certainly wouldn't want to do PvP on Steam.
This was the first thing was using the Kai God ability, but that just halves the amount of key needed to perform super attacks.
Yeah, that's different.
And refills your meter if you miss an attack, but I don't think it does what it's doing here.
Yeah.
I think this is always a risk though.
No,
when you're playing something
it's not doing it, Zoo, because she's getting the key before the attack, not after.
Let's see. I can't see it while it's doing sparking right now. But yeah, her key thing just immediately filled back up.
It fills up like before. Yeah. It's filling up when whoever's using her puts the input in. It's not filling up after they miss. So it's not the God key capsule.
But yeah, I mean, it does really look like that she's, because if you don't have the key, it won't let you select the ability. And if you're selecting the ability and then the key is bouncing up, that's got to be a mod.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, this poor soul is just trying to get like 3 bars going.
Yeah.
They can't do it because of the onslaught. But according to this, it was a mod, right? So where's this?
So given what you said, Meg, I'm assuming we ain't going to get you on Age of Empires anytime soon.
Why Age of Empires?
I don't even know what that is.
It's an RTS.
Real-time strategy game.
No, probably not. It doesn't sound like I don't
listen. I'd rather get her into I'd rather have her on BG3 than Age of Empires.
Yeah, I don't have the bandwidth to play a lot of games that require thought. A lot of times I'm playing after work, and when I'm doing that, I'm playing with my husband. So
yeah, Age of Empires requires a lot of thought.
Yeah, I said that jokingly.
And this guy apparently played Age of Empires his entire life. So
look, I can't help it. Look, I can't help it that I freaking curb stomped the 3 of you when you were trying to beat me on Age of Empires 2. Get over it.
Absolutely, he did. They're not even going to mince words about it. He did. He had the most overpowered units in the game to do it with. There was no counter.
Meg, I legit slow rolled my base so that they could beat me because I wanted them to beat me. And
yeah, by slow rolling, he means he locked off 90% of the map and cornered every resource in order to roll out his overpowered elephants.
I did it slowly though. You guys never expanded. You like
no, it wasn't slowly because I went to cut you off from doing that and I couldn't because there was already a wall there. And that was very early in the game. And I was like, son of a bitch.
Not early for me.
5 minutes in is early for me. So
anyway,
seriously, I need to like get a replay of you and watch how you micromanage your shit because I don't know how this guy does it. Like I've looked at the overview and looked at the resources. I'm like, how did he accumulate so much in that game? There's just I don't understand how it's possible.
He yearns for the mines, so
yeah. I yearn for the gold mine.
I will say mining is like mining in what is it, Sunhaven or just random games like that. It's
fun.
really, really cathartic, you know. Yeah. Long day at work, you just go in there, you just hit things with and watch, you know, monies come out. It's great. It's fantastic. It's like blowing bubbles, but you know, you get experience points for it, so it's better.
That dopamine rush.
No, it's like soothing. It's like a cup of tea.
Serotonin,
you know?
That's what I'm thinking of.
Serotonin. But yeah, definitely BG3.
Yeah, we'll see if it ever goes on sale. If it goes on sale, I will get it. If it doesn't, then you know
we'll get it.
No, I refuse. I will not accept a full-priced Baldur's Gate. No. I will not. I don't even, it's not even that I can't afford it. I can totally afford it. I just won't. I have to win it shopping, guys. This is my thing.
Win it shopping.
Meanwhile, I'm dropping like $50 on Dr. Pepper.
I mean, if you're gonna do it for your birthday, that's fine. But
yeah, this is an everyday
thing.
Well,
it's better than dropping the $200 he wanted on a personalized cake he won't get to eat.
Pizza, not cake.
Oh, pizza. Sorry, pizza that he won't get to eat.
That one guy that does like pizza artistry. I was talking to him about possibly doing the one with my logo on it, but then I found out that some financial things came up that I got to take care of, so I had to back out.
He's just it's like you get to eat it. No, then why would you do that?
I don't know. I mean, he might send it to me. I don't know.
And get it 3 weeks later.
I hate food art with a passion because I'm just stuck with this catch-22 of like, what do I do with this? To not eat it goes against the core of my being. I was taught that you eat the food, but you know, to eat it is like to destroy this masterpiece of art. So now I'm just sitting there like, I don't know. Like it's like the artist in me and home training are like warring inside of me to tell me what to do. And
to be fair, it's immortalized in his streams and his content.
Not the same. And you know it's not the same.
You know, you can get a picture of it and frame it on the wall.
There you go.
Oh, we can get it oil painted.
It with tears. I mean,
an oil painting.
Yeah, I've had all those times where people have like these cakes with people's faces on them, and I'm just sitting there like, can we cut this? And then they're cutting it, and I'm like, oh, you're eating the eyes. It's awful. No, I
want to eat the eyebrow.
I don't like it. I don't even like it when I go to. I don't even like it going to a fancy restaurant and they've got like the napkins folded into this origami thing. I'm like, can we get you anything? Another napkin, because I don't want to mess this up. This looks like
I don't think I've ever been in a fancy enough restaurant to see that.
Yeah, me neither.
I've only seen that on a cruise ship, because then they do it there.
I've been
never
to a few...
seen the fancy napkin folding, or I guess I'm not in the area or rich enough to go to a place that has fancy.
Well, I live in the land of the false people.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, everything's about appearances out here. So yeah, I've been to quite a few places where they'll do that to the napkins, and I'm like, but wasn't that a cockroach over there, my dude? Like, I don't think that your priorities are out of whack. But
The
yes, I did.
napkins look like an elephant, and that's all that matters.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I'm
they're
in
like,
this
be
fancy
distracted by
restaurant, but
this.
outside is a bunch of crackheads.
It's like, would you like anything? To leave. That's what I'd like. Oh, so much. You have no idea. No.
But anyway, that concludes our night. This has been Gaming with the Side of Salt, episode 34.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's been Chad's birthday, so wish him a happy birthday on Twitter X down below somewhere.
Happy birthday
out
to
there.
you.
Go to his page, follow him, wish him happy birthday, and tell him Z sent you.
Yeah.
Also,
and call him
Give him the
fat or
presence of
something. I don't know.
stalkerhood.
Also, we'll be doing. I'm going to be doing like a birthday live stream tomorrow because we had this today. So I was like, I'll celebrate my birthday tomorrow. So,
What will you be playing?
I have not a fucking clue.
No idea.
What time?
I'm thinking like maybe some retro stuff, or I would love to do Gmod, but such is life.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
tell him what time to find you, guy.
Huh?
What time?
What time?
I don't know.
Bro, you're killing me.
5 p.m.
Is
When?
it 1 p.m.?
5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So
He's confused. We've messed up his old brain.
This is what happens. No, this is what happens when you
Blink
get
twice
old.
if you're having an episode.
Oh, okay. Now comes the ageism.
Absolutely.
Old man D-pad.
Oh, I actually when I did
should
stand
send
up,
him a cane. That's right. He needs a cane. Listen. When I become your age, I plan to have a cane. Listen, I'm going to have a cane and I'm going to wave it at the deer in my yard and ask, be like, get off my lawn, deer.
I had a stand up when I did stand up. I had a whole routine about getting old.
Well,
I can't wait. I can't wait to get old, which I am now. Because when I get old, I'm going to go out in my front yard and yell, "Get off my lawn, you damn kids!"
You can't do it yet. You're not old. You're just middle aged. It's just weird at your age.
But here's the kicker. There's going to be no kids on my lawn or anywhere. Now, here's the thing. I don't know that. But I'm going to do that every time my neighbors are out. So they go, what the?
Yeah. So that way they'll know that you are not to be trifled with. And they will always give you
You're
things
the
at
confused
Christmas.
old guy.
I'm the old man that's going to assert dominance by yelling at nothing.
Yeah, I mean, you can be old, but you have to look old. Like, you don't even have to be old. As long as you look old, it works. But you don't look old enough yet.
I got the salt and pepper beard.
Yeah, you got to get like the straight up like white hair going, man. You don't have it yet.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Gandalf the gray going Gandalf the white.
I mean, when the D-pad in your name stands for a different type of D-pad, then you could actually start doing that. But diaper pad. Okay.
Depends. That's what she's getting at. Adult diaper.
Shit, I was gonna do a joke, but I can't remember the name.
Oh. And I'm the old
Chad's age is getting to me.
It's infecting us all. Close the stream. Close the stream.
But as far as Gmod on Saturday, if we get enough people, we only need 3. 4 would be idea, and 6 would be amazing. But like, we don't need a lot to have fun on that.
Yeah.
What's Gmod?
Gary's mod. It takes. I gotta prefix this. It takes a lot of setup, like a day's worth of setup. But
Here's Chad getting ready for his stream.
Oh, you can kiss the fattest part of my ass.
Oh,
right,
sorry, that was back when Chad had hair.
I legit hate how much I look like DSP.
I was trying not to say it. I was like, does he
No, no,
know?
Listen, I couldn't remember his name for this man.
Dark Side Phil.
Darkside
And I
Phil,
typed in
and-
DSP and it did not bring up Dark Side Phil. And I was like, that's not what I want. I had to go into Discord and find the thing.
Yeah, that's what Thomas posted in general when I said, birthday and all that. He posted DSP, or I posted. I think I posted DSP actually. But
Yeah,
anyway,
you posted
yeah.
DSP. He said, "Happy birthday, DSP."
Yeah,
But anyway,
yeah. So, Meg, if you do want to join us on that, cool. But if you're busy, that's fine too.
Yeah, it's Saturday. Saturday is usually a day to spend with family. So, but
Yeah.
I mean, you're saying that it takes a full day to set up, my dude.
Well, okay. So here's the thing.
oh,
Gary's
he
mod
has to
is
first sleep for 12 hours.
Gary's mod is a
Then he's
mod
gotta wake
tool.
up late, and then. Oh, are we talking about Gary's mod or just you setting up?
I got a full tank of gas. I can drive to Tennessee and kick you in the nuts.
Not on that full tank, you can't. I'm a little further away than that.
Oh, I'll get gas. Then I'll kick
Yes,
ass.
on the way.
This is when a Prius comes in handy, y'all. Just saying.
Well,
Wind
Gary's
up
mod is a
Prius.
modding
Kind
tool
of.
that is been used to actually make game modes in Gary's mod, so you can play stuff like Prop Hunt, Guess Who, Trouble in Town, because you can't say that on Twitch, you get banned.
Well, I'm not on Twitch, but anyway.
Terrorist Town, Trouble in Terrorist Town, Murder, which is like
I want to play Guess Who.
well, I know Guess Who is great. Murder is kind of a twist on that, where it's like you got to figure out who has the gun, who has the knife. The murderer has a knife. It's kind of like Among Us in that way. Now I think about it.
It sounds like just the gamer version of party games.
Yeah. See, the one I want to play.
You hate it.
Guess
You hate
Who.
that, don't you?
No, it's not
The
quite.
one I want to play is Guess Who, and I like it because it's the most interactive one.
Yeah.
Because essentially you're trying to pretend to be an NPC while somebody's trying to figure out who are the real people.
Who are the real
in the
ones?
mess.
If they shoot an NPC, they lose health. They shoot you, they don't lose health. So. But here's the thing: all the textures of the game are not included, so you have to download them separately. So, like textures from.
You got to go to the shady site and
No, you don't have to
with seedy people and go down that alleyway, and the guy with the trench coat exposes himself.
Hey, buddy, come here. You want that wood texture?
He's like,
Can't get in the stores.
It's like, hey, I got.
There's an actual site for this. It's not really shady. It's just like 15 freaking gigs apparently.
It's
for
like
everything.
15 years old too.
So it's huge now.
But I'm trying to say Zio is wrong because I actually have all of that in a single spot uploaded and linked into the Discord. So anybody that wants to join.
Huh? I was just being cheeky.
I know. Anybody that wants to join only has to click download from that that link I posted. That was a upload service called MEGG. And yeah, you just download it and put it in a add-ons folder in the Gary's mod folder. And
you finally took the time to simplify it for the rest of us.
Yes.
It did take like a several hour affair getting all these things from all these different locations. And I used to have it set up, which I do not now because it's on my external. But I need to get on doing that. Anyway, so what is Meg doing
tomorrow?
Yes.
I'm not sure. It depends on what my husband's doing.
All right. Well, Meg might be doing something. Anyway.
Yeah, it's very, very up in the air for me.
Kind of how I am too.
Yeah.
All righty then. So with that, let's see. Yeah, I guess that's everything. Links for everybody is in the descriptions down below. We'll be back next week, Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern time, as always, where the salt mines are always flowing and Chad's got a pickaxe. So, if you want to catch us next week, that's where we are. You know, all that good stuff. I forgot how to sign off. Somebody say something.
Bye, guys. Thanks for watching.
There we
I
go.
like chicken.
Yeah!